Hey classes, coming to you from the wonders of my office this afternoon. I'm seeing something recurrent in a lot of the persuasive speech outlines that I want to make sure that I get ahead of. If you're going to give a persuasive speech to tell us why we should care about having clean water in the rivers and that we should stop polluting the waters that flow through our rivers, you have to be working on the premise that most of us want polluted rivers. Because if you're looking for a change of attitude, behavior, or belief, and your end state is that we care about how clean the water in the rivers are, you have to be working on the premise that we want dirty waters in the rivers, which no one does. Okay? If you want to change our attitudes, if you want to come now, if you want to give a speech on why to convince us to support stricter clean water legislation, that's a different story. That is a change of attitude. Okay? If you want to give a speech convincing, and the point is, I am going to tell you why you should care, why you should think murder is a bad thing. You're working on the premise that most people like murder. Now, we don't, so you're not really changing any attitudes. So what you need to do is to say, I'm going to tell you why you should support whatever program you want to decrease the murder rate. Okay? If you're going to tell us why we should care, today I'm going to tell you why and convince you why child abuse is bad. For that to be your end state, you have to be working on the assumption that most people believe child abuse is okay. Okay? I need you to focus on that. Now, if you want to pass stricter clean water legislation and get us to support that, if you want to make it more, increase the death penalty for all, execute people within 6 months of being convicted of murder, that's a persuasive intent that will bring about a change of attitude. If you want to tell me that we should, give the death penalty to people who commit child abuse as a way of preventing it, that's fine as well. But what I'm seeing over and over again is you're giving us an informative speech to give us details about something we already believe in, and you're not striving for a change of behavior. Okay? So focus on that. Remember, ask yourself, if my end state is here, okay, and my change of attitude brings them to believe, I want you to tell you why we should feed, why it's important that we feed all the children in the world. Okay? If that's your end state, then you're working on the premise that most of us don't care. So focus on that. When you've done and you've decided you found that end state, ask yourself, if I'm telling people why we should stop, I want to tell them why we should stop polluting the oceans. The obvious thing is, you believe people think that polluting the oceans is okay. Okay? So as you look at your persuasive speeches over the weekend, I want you to focus on that and get that sorted out. All right? So everybody have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you for speeches on Monday morning.